What's up guys, Sunny here, and this is my review of the patch 0.2 for the latest Dawn of the Hunt release on Path of Exile 2. Now this is the patch with the spears and the 5 new ascendancies. Right off the bat, the skills look cool as fuck, no joke. I saw Wooly playing this bleed spear build on the new ascendancy Huntress, and it just looks fun as hell to like jump in and out of combat at just such fast speeds. It looks really cool. And then you have Pox, he's playing with those crazy looking lightning spears that you just shoots one and it explodes all over the ground and chains everywhere. Like geez, that looks fun as hell too. And not to mention Fubgun, of course, playing with his Roa and just shooting these exploding gas arrows. Although, you know, let's be real, he's only focused on the div per hours. And of course there were, you know, 100 plus support gems and 100 plus unique, so that's pretty cool too. So it all looks good, right? I mean, it looks cool as fuck. So why is there so much backlash on this game, especially on Reddit and on the forums and so on? Well, let me tell you. You see, let's start with the performance. Alright, I don't know what they did, but for the first day until the latest hotfixes, every time I got into town, it just crashed. MTX on or off, doesn't matter. It just crashed. Personally, I think it's super nice from GGG to let us see our desktops, you know, more often. Like, let's be real, how often do you actually stare at your desktop when you are on the PC? I hardly do it, right? I don't know what got burnt in the cooking session, but GGG need to try and figure out what is causing this behavior and then do more of it. I think Mathil said something about crashing around 100 times, almost 100 times, before hitting Act 1 Cruel. Like, I don't know, I think he should have looked at his desktop a bit more than 100 times, but hey, that's just me. So overall performance was about what you'd expect in the first day or two, right? Now let's get to the buffs. Yes, buffs. Although the long-ass patch notes made us all think of the nerfs for, you know, that they did to the players. I'll get to these in a second. There was actually a lot of buffs. Now, not for players, but for the monsters. Yeah, that's right. Monsters now actually have much higher HP pools starting from Act 1. Right from the first zone, they had a massive HP buff. And on top of that, they now have much more secure pockets. Before, when we killed something, there was a pretty good chance that by the time you finished campaign, you'd have like a few, like 10 to maybe like around 20 exalts worth of currency. Well, this time, their pockets are way more secure. I mean, they rarely drop anything during campaign now. And I'll let my editor put up a screenshot of my pilfering ring showing you that by the middle of Act 3, I only got like 5 or 6 exalts total, which is, I think, a major buff. So I think it's crazy to think that they were dropping their items so much, you know, before this patch. I mean, honestly, shame on the monsters. Shame on them. Don't even get me started on the move speed buffs, by the way. Like, they're only at warp speed, and I think they could go much faster with just like a few more buffs. They could go way faster, right? They're not fast enough, in my opinion. Just saying. So, okay, monsters are buffs. That's pretty clear. Now, what about players? Earlier I said that they added these new spear skills and they look cool as fuck, right? Well, that's all they do, you know? They just look good and don't actually do that much damage, at least in campaign. I think I'm the first person to advocate for the monster rights. They deserve to be able to fight us properly and not die in like 1 or 2 hits, which is crazy. Now I think it's way more fair. You actually have to use your lightning or fire spear or whatever you're doing several times before killing them. Now that's what I call fair and balanced, you know? They should have a right to live as well. Next, let's get to the tree. As we know, they changed the tree a lot. And before, people were saying, hey man, the tree has very few options. There's like only a few builds that are good and, you know, it's very confusing for the new players. Well, good news, after this current patch, they did a lot of balancing so that no matter what you take, it won't actually make your in-game tooltip damage go higher. So guys, now you're just free to just mess around on the passive tree because no matter what you do, it's all the same, bros. It's pretty much the same, right? At least campaign. Personally, I'm sad that things can't stay this way much longer. For sure, soon GGG will come and fix the tree to make it sound cooler. And although they did some quick mini patches and nerfed the monster HP, I mean, come on guys, why are you nerfing the monster HP again, right? They didn't touch the players too much yet. I can't wait for them to realize that the few builds that we have right now that are doing way too much damage is not good for the poor mobs. So, you know, I'm thinking they're gonna come and nerf those damages pretty quick. Like, you can't be doing those spark level damages anymore, bro. That was way too unethical. Well, guys, I think you realize by now that was purely satire. And yeah, I played about 10 hours or so, and I was still stuck in Act 2, like somewhere in the middle of Act 2. And that was my day 1 experience. You know, I crashed like maybe 50 times. I don't even know. Did 0 damage. Literally respec my whole build from spears to crossbows. Still did 0 damage. And yeah, that's where I am. So let's see what they do. that's been my patch. It's your boy Sunny. Like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment if you resonate with what I've said, and let's see how it goes.